What up? This is B-Boy Casper, and this is my B-Boy Factory interview. What's up? What's up? This is the B-Boy Factory interview. My name is Jesse Brown, aka B-Boy Casper. I'm from Boogie Brats, Mighty Zulu Kings, and Concrete All-Stars crew. Been dancing since I was 11 years old, and I'm 34 right now. From day to day, I mean, I have a student. His name's Charlie. He lives out here. Incredible kid, amazing. He reminds me of myself when I was like a little punk, and he has that kind of mentality, that aggressive mentality that's hard to find in dancing. So I dance with my wife because she's competing right now. As I kind of like step back, she's pulling in. I mean, breaking's still there, but definitely I'm pushing it more towards my student or my wife because they're in the light right now. As of now, it's not like when I was a kid where I'd be breaking 9 hours a day every day. Didn't have a job. I'm a chef at the oldest Irish restaurant in Denver. I'm doing okay. Got the skills to pay the bills, but I'm just more motivated to, pass it down. It's an amazing, incredible thing to have. I mean, skateboarding, you still need materials. You need, they try and say a lot of freedom, which there is, but like you still need to buy a board and bearings and whatever. Breaking, anywhere. Like breaking is about creating, manifesting whatever you have in your mind and throwing it down in art. And I feel like you can do that with food. And, I've learned a lot, with breaking, but food's new to me. So there's still more things to learn and it's exciting. So I've lived alone since I was 16, had to cook for myself. Always enjoyed it, but didn't have the skills, didn't know how to cut. And I started bartending out here, because the breaking scene in Denver is very tight. It's really small. So, I didn't know a lot of people and there wasn't a lot of events, as there is now. So I started bartending on the side and then I just went to a restaurant one time. I was kicking with the dudes in the kitchen. They didn't want to chop onions. They're like, hey, if you want to fucking chop onions, we'll teach you a little bit of skills. From there, moved on and then started cooking. Yeah. If you want to get to a woman's heart, you got to cook. Or your man's heart, learn how to cook, definitely make sure you have a claw so you still have your fingers intact when you're cutting. That's about it, There's a lot of benefits to, like, not being so crazy out here in the small scene. If I go to LA, it's a little different. The scariest thing is sitting on a toilet, very quiet bathroom, and then the door open and someone's like, Casper? And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, I'm obviously personal space, Everyone's so like closed-minded. People are like never had a podcast, like a visual podcast. I'm sure there's been some on the radio, but a visual fun podcast where we can watch the footage and actually talk, to a co-host and have guests. But we stopped doing it just because my homie Smurf moved to Vegas and obviously I moved to Denver, so he still has enemies with everybody. Well, just go to B-Boy Smurf on YouTube and you can check him out. He does live streams and he still does podcasts. So I'm a big film guy when it comes towards me. I mean, I grew up on VHS tapes. You would have to go to an event to get footage. You couldn't just, I was one of the first YouTube B-Boys where the popularity definitely, I gained from YouTube and stuff like that. But film-wise, everything's visual. So it's like, learn whatever you want as long as you're doing it right. You know what I mean? Going to jams on the bus and, to go buy the, the VHS tape, practice it at home, watching it, that's a different thing. Well, yeah, I think the difference between like my era and then the new era is like teaching Charlie, he can literally, with technology, you can literally just pay someone from Japan that's your favorite B-boy to literally teach you for an hour for like $40. That's incredible. That's insane. Like to have a FaceTime call or go on Instagram and be like, hey, can you watch my footage? Tell me what I should work on. And they can do that. That's an incredible, like, amazing use of technology. But that said, having a way to just get whatever you want sometimes doesn't help what you want. You know what I mean? And like breaking should have some kind of struggle. You should be able to, you have to fight for these things. If you just get, free candy, it's like you don't appreciate what you got. I think one of the moments that hit me was living by myself in LA, and I lived in a little studio. What did my studio look like? looked, it just, you would go up, you would look out your window, and there's just like graffiti and like, giant tree that doesn't need to be there, people screaming outside. Yeah, I had a small little kitchen, that's about it, dude. I had a fold out couch bed, but hey, the couch bed was perfect. You can fold it up and you have enough space to bring. I think it kind of created my style. I'm very like closed in. I feel like, as a small dude, I have a big heart and I try and embrace that when I'm on the dance floor, but I'm very like closed and tight. And I think it's because of having this small, shitty studio that I had. But definitely in that moment, I was like, damn, I'm doing this because of the love of breaking. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I just want to see more creative characters out there that are motivated and have that heart and that passion, and you can actually like see it on the dance floor. When you like, I just miss that thing. So, uh, but if in the near future, if I have to step back on the dance floor and battle these kids to show them the real deal, I may have to do that. But my dream is just to just keep seeing this beautiful dance grow. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Right before I moved over here, I went to a practice, and sure, everyone's like this, like they still do it here. I can't break here, but that it kind of sucks. Once you want that fame and that respect, now everyone thinks you fly. Every time you come to a jam, every time you come to a practice, every time you hit a cipher, it's dancing's about having fun at the end of the day. But people forget that, and they want you to levitate because you're B-Boy Casper. And so that sucked, like, definitely. So when I was saying, like, what do you mean I don't dance for you anymore? It's because I think people tend, especially with, the new era, it's like they think it's all for them. You know what I mean? When it's really for the scene and the culture. How many people you want me to battle that I do not want to battle, that I'm not feeling any kind of human connection, like any kind of like anything towards? I mean, when I was battling getting my name, I would find someone, oh, you're the best here in this city. I want to challenge you. It was a challenge. Me battling some 12-year-old kid is not a challenge. You know what I mean? Whether he's better than me or not, it's like I'm not feeling this connection. Especially with the new generation, they don't have that aggressive, crazy character. Like when I was breaking, there, everyone was like a Marvel character. Now everyone is the same character. You know what I mean? So I was battling superheroes or super villains. That's what I thought. And so the scene's a little different for me now. Look, I don't want to sound like a hater, which I totally do sound like a hater. I don't mean to, but it's hard, man. It's hard in a generation where everything comes to you on a screen. So it's gonna be hard to not look robotic. I mean, you really enjoy. Maybe you look up to someone, and that person looks up to them, and then you all are just dancing the same. You know what I mean? But that being said, I mean, I think there's the challenge right there. I mean, of course you can have superheroes now or your own character, because everyone looks like the same character. So someone can step out of the box and kind of attack by that, using that motivation. I'm sure, yeah, definitely. There's ill people out there. You know what I mean? To be fair, like I came with a kind of like mentality of just like not planning what I'm gonna say. Just ask the questions, and I will try and answer them the best way as I can. But I think that not only I respect B-Boy Factory and Ian. I mean, he's keeping the culture alive in Denver, no doubt. So of course I wanted to come and support the scene, because I think the scene needs it, and my old ass can fucking help a little bit by just, saying a few words. I don't mind doing that. It's not gonna ruin my day. And I hope that, with anything that I said, something may inspire someone, hopefully. If not, all good. We break to create, we break to learn, we learn because that's all we know. So it's all good.